Sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football post-game show. Well, Week 3 of the NFL is in the books, and so is the Monday night game of Week 3. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 30-27 tonight at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. The Bucs jumped down to the early 7-0 lead in the first quarter, thanks to a Mike Evans 42-yard TD. But they did not have Vance McDonald. Steelers, Vance McDonald took the ball 75 yards for the touchdown for the TD, and Chris Boswell, although missed the field goal, the extra point, and it was 7-6 Bucs lead. The Steelers scored 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. Antonio Brown scored a 50-yard off a pass from Ben Roethlisberger, and it was 13-7. And then Steelers lead. Vance McDonald scored a 36-yard TD, and it was 20-7. A 27 Steelers lead. And the Bucs tried to get into scoring range several times, but the Steelers kept the Bucs from getting into the end zone. And there were several times Fitzpatrick got sacked, and Chandler Catanzaro kicked a field goal, and it was good, and it was a 20-10 Steelers lead. And then Ryan Switzer scored a 9-yard TD, and it was now a 20-7 Steelers lead. Then the Steelers, the Bucs tried again. They couldn't do anything. They tried to get something going, could not do anything. And then Chris Boswell kicked a field goal, and it was 23-7. And then the Bucs kicked a field goal, and it was 20-10. And then Ryan Switzer, that's when Ryan, and then Antonio Brown scored another TD, and it was 30-10 Steelers at the break, at halftime. And wait a minute, it was 30-, and then Chandler Catanzaro kicked another field goal because the Bucs were Steelers started to wait a minute, at the break, it was at halftime it was 30-10. Then in the third, the Steelers started to falter somewhat. And Chandler Catanzaro, the Bucs tried to get in scoring range again, but the Steelers managed to keep the Bucs from scoring, and they kicked another field goal, and it was good. It was a 30-13 Steelers lead, and the Steelers had the ball at the 5-yard line, but Deshaun Jackson picked off the ball from James Conner and ran it into the Steelers' 40-yard line, but was not able to get in scoring range. But then in the fourth, the Steelers still faltering somewhat, but then O.J. Howard scored a 70-yard TD, and it was 30-20 Steelers lead. Roethlisberger threw a pass to Antonio Brown, but it was picked off by Cameron Brett, and Brett took 34 yards for the score, the TD score, and it was 30-27 Steelers lead. I thought the Steelers were going to falter. It looked like it, but then Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger threw a pass to Stephen Ridley, but was picked off by Mike Evans, and then late in the fourth quarter, Ryan Fitzpatrick threw a pass to Sean Wilson, but the Steelers running back James Conner knocked it away, deflected it away from Sean Wilson, and he sealed the Steelers' victory, and the Steelers get the win, 30-27, your final score. And I've got to give a game ball to Ben Roethlisberger. He gets it. It's Steelers quarterback Roethlisberger. There's a few game balls for them tonight. 30 of 38 carries and 353 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. For Ryan Fitzpatrick of Tampa Bay for the Bucs, 30 out of 50 carries, 30 of 50, 411 yards, 3 TDs, 3 interceptions. And Mike Evans, the running back, 6 recoveries, 137 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now, there's two more game balls I have to give out, and that's to Juju Smith-Schuster, who had 9 recovers, 116 yards, no touchdowns, but he did recover a ball, and he took one for, I think it was at least to the Bucks 45-yard line, so it's about, I think, 28 yards he took it, I believe. Check me if I'm wrong. And then Vance McDonald, I got to give a game ball to him. 4 recoveries, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown. And that 75-yarder, that sealed a game ball for me, for you, buddy. That's what you got. But that's where I got Mike Evans had a really good night too, and he had, I think, 6 carries, 137 yards, and 1 touchdown. Yeah, he had a really good night too. So this is a great game between the Steelers and the Bucks, and I won my picks. I was 10-6, so I go to 1-2-2. My brother-in-law was 9-7, so he goes to 2-1-2. So we will see how I do. My brother-in-law and I do on the picks in Week 4 come this Sunday. Next Monday night should be a great matchup because it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. And Kansas City's rookie quarterback is just having just a sensational season so far, and it should be a great game between Kansas City's quarterback, rookie quarterback, and Denver's quarterback as well. It should be a great game. And the Sunday night game that's on NBC for 8:20, it kicks off at 8:20, will be Ben Roethlisberger on the Pittsburgh Steelers and Joe Flacco on the Baltimore Ravens. And that should be another great matchup. So those will be 2 great matchups come this Sunday. I mentioned this before. Those will be some great matchups. And I mentioned this before. Some bad news for the 49ers. They confirmed it, the NFL confirmed it this afternoon that Jimmy Garoppolo has a torn ACL, and he will be out for the remainder of the season. So his backup will start, number 2 start, when the San Francisco 49ers play the Los Angeles Chargers, on Sunday. And the Browns' number 2 quarterback, Baker Mayfield, will be the starting quarterback when the Browns take on the Oakland Raiders in Oakland at the Oakland Company Coliseum in Oakland, California. Because Tyrod Taylor is on the concussion protocol evaluation, so Baker Mayfield will get the start, and he did very well in his debut. And I got to tell you, a lot of people look at the playoffs with the Browns, but I don't see that happening. But I'd like to see him go 6-10. If he can do a little bit better, 7-8 or 7-9. So we'll see. And you've got to the offense needs to step it up a little more. It looked good, but you've got to step it up big time. Offense, the entire Browns offense needs to. So you've got to really step it up, offense. And I feel that I really feel that the Browns need to really. I feel the Browns are going to win this game on Sunday because it really is going to be a great game between them. Going to be a great game between the Browns and the Raiders. But I feel the Browns are going to have the edge in this victory. Are really going to get there. Are really going to win this one. I really feel. Well, we're almost out of time, and I want to really do a. Getting back to tonight's game, I just thought it was a really great game between the Bucks and the Steelers because it was very close, but the Steelers prevailed. The Bucks battled back, but just could not score one more touchdown to get the victory. But it was a really great game. A really, really, really great game tonight. And my game balls went to the 3 Steeler players: Ben Roethlisberger, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Vance McDonald. And those guys just really had great games tonight, and we'll see what happens in Week 4 of the NFL. And this Thursday night we'll kick it off when the Rams take on the Vikings, And hopefully Kirk Cousins can have a better game. And the Rams, I think, will be out of tight end. I got to see who it is first. I'll let you know on Thursday and tune in for that. And I'll have the post-game show immediately after the game is concluded. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football post-game show. I'll be back with a regular broadcast tomorrow. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.